Well, as we saw yesterday, the Ravens and the Packers did me a favor. Now, normally, I don't like to thank a division rival, especially if it's Nevermore, and it does feel very odd and weird for me to be saying that Baltimore helped me out by healing me for what happened in week 2. But at the end of the day, I gotta give it to them. They beat the shit out of the Stinkland Deflatriots, and I loved every second of it. Every second of it. And of course the Packers, they beat bitch boy Brady. And you can say what you want about him missing Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, because at the end of the day, isn't Tom Brady supposed to be the GOAT? Isn't he supposed to overcome anything? Huh? Isn't he supposed to get better with age? Isn't he... hell, he has won Super Bowls with worse receiving corps than what he had to work with this past Sunday. So I don't care how I see Tom Brady lose. It's just for the fact that he loses is what makes me happy. And I couldn't thank Nevermore and the Packers anymore for beating the Stinkland Deflatriots and bitch boy Brady. And Green Bay Packers, you can fulfill the 11th commandment next, or should I say this up and coming Sunday, by beating the Stinkland Deflatriots. You already beat bitch boy Brady, but if you beat the Stinkland Deflatriots, that will put a gigantic smile on my face, as that would have you be the first team of the 2022 NFL season to fulfill the 11th commandment. And now Nevermore, you'll have your chance to do whenever you play the Buccaneers. Whether if it's, I forget what week you play them, but whenever you do play them, you can cement. You can fulfill the 11th commandment too. But yeah. Now Nevermore, I'll handle you. I'll handle you in winter when we play you. Now Green Bay, I'm still mad at you guys for beating us in the Super Bowl. But at the same time, you and Nevermore did me a huge fucking favor this past Sunday. You did. But now that we got them out of the way, now let's talk about Mike Tomlin's stubbornness when it comes to the quarterback position. Because you see, these 3 weeks clearly show that Broke Bitch Mitch needs to be benched. Come on. I don't understand why Tomlin still has him as the starter. He sucks ass. He single-handedly cost us our week 2 home opener against the Stinkland Deflatriots, the game that I personally wanted to win more than anything. And Trubisky fucked it up. By my personal standards, I want Broke Bitch Mitch banished from Pittsburgh. But of course, Tomlin still has him as our starter. And obviously, we play the Jets this upcoming week at home. And I hate to say it, but with Broke Bitch Mitch under center, I'm just not confident that we can even beat them. Or anybody, let alone. And you see, this would be a perfect game for Kenny Pickett to start. I mean, and even if he has a rocky stat line, so what? Even Patrick Mahomes and bitch boy Brady had rocky stat lines in their first NFL game starting. Because you see what a lot of you casuals don't get. And I know I've sound like a broken record over the last few days when I've been addressing this. But Pickett will go through the progression. Broke Bitch Mitch has already hit his ceiling. And not that his ceiling is any high, but it's been hit. And 6 years in the league, and he hasn't learned anything. He sucks baboon ass. And Pickett needs to be starting now. Because it's not Matt Canada's fault that Broke Bitch Mitch is missing open receivers, overthrowing them, getting himself sacked when he needs to throw the ball away, whenever he gets pressured. And hell, I mean, the offensive line, from what we saw in the preseason, I'm pretty sure all of us thought for sure that the O-line would be the biggest problem on offense this year. While the first 3 games from what we've seen in the regular season so far, the offensive line is hardly even part of the problem. The pass blocking's doing good. And now that the run blocking can be better, but even that's starting to improve. The O-line's still far from great, obviously, but they are doing much better than we thought. And you see, Broke Bitch Mitch, all of his mechanics are not Matt Canada issues, O-line issues, or even talent on offense issues. They are Broke Bitch Mitch issues. Like, Tomlin, you need to open your eyes, dude. When are you gonna realize that Broke Bitch Mitch is not a starting quarterback? He's barely even a backup quality quarterback. When are you gonna see this? Are you blind? Do you have dementia? What is it, Tomlin? Just put the kid in. Don't be wasting his time. He's 24 years old. No more of this, oh, he needs to sit and learn. He needs to learn in-game experience. You learn much more when you actually play than you do when you just watch. You don't elevate Kenny Pickett's game by just having him sit on the bench and learn a thing or two here and there. No, you have to get him out on the field and have him play, throw, run, or change the play up a bit, whatever. That's what Kenny Pickett needs to learn in order to elevate his game and to see whether if he is the franchise quarterback or not. I believe in him, but we have to take an on-the-field chance on him in order to find out. He's not going to make plays on the bench. We need to see him make plays on the field. And that's how we will truly know what Kenny Pickett is made of. So I'm done seeing Pickett on the bench. I want him starting. And what would make this Sunday against the Jets a perfect time to start Kenny Pickett is that not only is the offensive line slowly starting to gel, our running game is getting better, and perhaps we may have found a good enough number 2 in Jaylen Warren to back up Najee Harris, and perhaps balance the carries between those two. Maybe we have found a good 1-2 punch run attack with those two. Because it's like if we become a run first team with those two, while with Pickett under center and let him learn the in-game experiences of the game, and then unleash him later on in the season, that would be a perfect way to develop Kenny Pickett. It would be. Now look, What everybody has to understand is that he's not your typical rookie quarterback. He's already 24 years old. Yes, that's still young, but you see, a lot of these quarterbacks that get drafted are either 21 or 22, sometimes 23. Like, if he was 21 or 22, then okay, that's one thing to keep. It's one thing if he was that age to keep him on the bench for a year or two. But no, this season we have to start him sooner rather than later. It has to be this season. No more wasting time with Broke Bitch Mitch. If this team wants to win, Broke Bitch Mitch needs to be on the bench. Though I personally prefer him to be banished from Pittsburgh. So Mike Tomlin, there are two things that everybody has one of: a head and an ass. So get your head out of your ass and bench Broke Bitch Mitch and start Kenny Pickett. Start the rookie. Start the kiddo. You know what I'm saying? Start him. Because the more we have Broke Bitch Mitch out there, the more we're going to lose and the more he is going to drag us down the depths of hell. There it is. I'm out.